Noravank is located in the province of Vayots, 3 kilometers northeast of the village Amag. It was built among the Red Mountains and at an altitude of 1800 meters. Noravank Monastery complex of the 13th and 14th centuries. Although it's far, however, there are many visitors to this monastery. Noravank Monastery is the most important spiritual center in Vayots. Since the 13th century, it has been the seat of the bishops of Syunik province. It was property of the Armenian royal family. Legend says that Mobik the architect met and fell in love with Lucy, the only daughter of the prince of Syunik, and Lucy loved Momik. When the prince knew of their mutual love, invited Momik and put in front of him an impossible condition and said to him, "You must build 3 monasteries within 3 years, and in the 3rd monastery your marriage ceremony will take place with Lucy." He had to build the 3 monasteries unparalleled in the Armenian world. The young engineer accepted that terms. He picked up his tools and went down to the valley, and he began to cut stones from the rock and sculpt it. He worked day and night, carving on the walls of the monastery deer and pomegranate with their branches, various roses, crosses, partridge, and pigeons. It was what Lucien loved. Engineer Momik finished the 2nd monastery. He began sculpting the stones of the 3rd monastery. In the spring, he began building the 1st monastery. Came summer, autumn, and winter. Spring came again, summer and autumn came, and behold, the architect finished the 2nd monastery. Momik started building the 3rd monastery with higher confidence. Keep working day and night. He looks at the moon and remember his beloved. It inspires a new ideas. And at last, architect arrived to finish the 3rd monastery, and he wanted to fix the last stone, but the prince knew that Momik will end the work with the agreed period. He sent a servant to him and found him working on the dome. He went up to him. At that moment, when Momik lifted the last stone of the dome and he began to pray and wanted to put it in place, the servant of Prince stabbed him and he was sentenced to death. The architect Momik with the last stone fell from above, drenched in his blood, in front of the temple where the marriage ceremonies were to take place. He was buried there, and the monastery remained incomplete because the last stone the engineer carved, it turned in the engineer's tombstone. The monastery remained unfinished and remained new, so they called it Noravank, which it means the new monastery.